Just taking late calls tonight. I wanted to almost call this video uh, checklist, champagnes, and complaints, but I don't know how much I want to name videos in a funny way. But I'm here to tell you right now is that there is a time and a place to ask for clarity, and I think it's wonderful when people ask for clarity and ask questions. But part of life is the lack of clarity, meaning you can't always explain everything. If you're doing a paper, you can list off the general concepts, like it has to be X number of pages and maybe try to get some sources. But just because someone says, hey, you told me I needed to use 4 sources, well, that's okay, that's a minimum. And just because you checklist, I call them checklist students, they like to check things off, and life isn't always a checklist. It's sometimes you have to say, well, I know they asked for 4 sources, but maybe I could use 6 or 7. Or maybe I don't Google my whole paper and use websites, and maybe use the library or Google Scholar, meaning more academic sources. And it kind of makes me laugh sometimes. I had someone whip out the Wikipedia, dictionary, encyclopedia, and they said, well, I had all these sources. And I'm like, and then one of them was a website like CourseHero.com. I'm like, what? Why would you use a source like that? I mean, that's a cheating website. Well, I didn't know it was cheating. Well, now you do. So the key is if you see a list of things, more of the question should be geared towards what is the topic about? What is the conversation, the writing about? What's being asked in the we're talking about government and specifically a branch or business or leadership. What specifically do you want me to do with that? And that helps guide you. But if it's not clear, then that's when you contact the professor. But don't ask things like, well, you never said to use headers, and you never said paragraphs, and you never said cite in each paragraph, and you never said, well, you can't list it all off. It would be a manual that goes on forever. Then you complain that I didn't tell you at the beginning of the course to use the manual, and then you complain it takes too long. So my point being is just try to get the general concept of the assignment. If it's not clear, then that's when you contact. They always had the general rule, struggle for about 15-20 minutes, and if you don't get it, email or call. And that's a really good rule of thumb. That doesn't mean sit there 15 minutes while texting or Facebooking or something like that. It means truly looking for an answer for about 20 minutes, maybe 30. Used to be 30, but we're in the new age now, so I think it went down to 15 to 20 because the attention spans have gone down. So the idea is just really make an effort to reach out, understand the assignment the best you can, ask for input when you need it, and then that helps you develop your thought process and all that. So I don't know. Sometimes I get yelled at for stuff, and I just have to kind of smile. And I think people take smiling as being polite. They don't understand it as being polite. It's not that I agree. It's just that I'm trying to be polite. So I have to work on that. But the point being, though, is don't be a checklist student. Your education is not a checklist. Okay, you got to go through and actually get something out of each assignment. You might have to mark things off as you go, like I've done this part of the assignment and that, but it's not like here's an outline and everything can be followed specific to that. Just really reach out there and grow your education. Maybe you go in a different way. Like I know I'm more open to that. I have students that come up with some fantastic ideas and just different ways of doing things. It's really, really neat. So having said that, you got to do what you got to do, but just some thoughts. I appreciate it, and good luck out there.